Hey, Libin. Hi, good morning.
Hello, sir. How
Hi.
are you?
All well. What about you?
I'm doing fine as well, sir.
Right. Just wanted to check with the team. We're good to go. Can I start? Team?
Yes, Deepak, we are good to go.
Right, wonderful. Uh, Libin, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you,
I
sir.
got to know from the team that you landed your first job, I presume, in cybersecurity. Just want to we'll spend next few minutes basically trying to understand how your learning journey has been, what kind of work you have done, how the
Okay.
interview will go step by step. So yeah, so as I told, congrats once again. So just want to understand what was your background before you decided to take up cybersecurity as one of the things you wanted to do. Just want to understand that from your side. Please go ahead.
Okay. First of all, before taking the cybersecurity course, I was a BCA graduate,
Uh-huh.
bachelor's of computer applications. There, first I'll say about graduation, what they taught me there. Then I'll come. Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. We have time. Take it. Yeah,
First of all, in BCA, it was a plain BCA, not specialized in anything. We used to get fundamentals in everything,
yeah.
programming and everything, and cybersecurity was one among them.
Okay.
Just fundamental knowledge itself. Now
Mm-hmm.
coming back to the score, skill logic, cybersecurity scores. If they taught me in depth in about skill logic, various tools for various things for like information gathering and all those things, etc. I don't like to go in deep. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there I gained an in-depth knowledge about the cybersecurity domain,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, all placement team. Thanks to them, in my second interview I cracked the interview.
All right, nice. So when you were you when you joined the course, were you an online student, offline student? What
No, I was an
was?
offline student. I came there regularly on a regular basis.
All right, okay. So how was your what do you say the classes went? Like how long were the classes? What how the classes itself went? What was your experience in the class?
First of all, I'm from Coorg. It is a semi-city.
Mm-hmm.
I joined this course December last year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
Okay.
and what to say, the classes were 1 hour long,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoyed the classes. Mainly Fatima ma'am and Akbar sir, they guided me really. They taught me really well.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the interview questions were asked, it came in it was there right in where they thought. That's it. No, it
Sure.
didn't come out from their syllabus or something like that.
Right. So in this 2 hours of class that used to happen, I presume you from Monday to Thursday, was enough time given to you? And how was the day to day? Like, what was the theoretical concept explained, practical? Then, how was the flow of the delivery itself? What was your kind of experience?
Yeah, first of all, the delivery mechanism was right. The trainers, as I said, they were good. They were very good in that field. I should accept that thing first of all.
Mm-hmm.
It is like what they say. We have to practice it later. Only then we can what to say be a somewhat not expert, but we can be in okay in that field. I mean, they will say many tools to practice. We have to
Right.
practice those tools.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. Go
if
ahead,
we
please.
practice, if we practice those tools, we can at least crack the interview just like me.
Right. So when you're doing this, basically, like when the classes were going on, right?
Okay.
After the class itself, were you? I mean, how much time were you spending on practicing on
No,
whatever the
not much.
trainer?
Just 1 hour a day is enough to go through, and mainly the practical. That's where we should concentrate. Many tools. And if
Mhm.
there is any doubt, please make sure they clear it right then and there, or else that's the reason why I lost my first interview.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So when
The,
you're practicing these things, when the I'll come to the interview bit. I mean, that's interesting to know that, and I'm sure people on the call also want to know how your experience with interviews are. We'll spend time on that. So while you're practicing, while the classes itself are going on, you told that you roughly spend about an hour or so per day. So when you were stuck in any point of time, at any point of time, for any reason, were you getting support from the trainers when you came the next day? Were you was
yeah,
that
I
kind
used to
of
get the support.
right? So when you were practicing these things, some of these questions were it coming from the trainers, or were you doing something by yourself? How was that going?
No, I used to follow their instructions because as I said, cybersecurity was something new to me when I came here. So I did not try to go on my own. I just followed the instructions.
Sure. Then let's get to the interview side of things, right? So how was your first of all before you got into your first interview? Were there any steps which was followed within the
No, sure. To be frank, the first interview, I did not follow any steps. I just blindly entered accepted the interview. Yeah.
Mm,
First interview, I cleared the HR round. It was a Hyderabad company. It was in
okay.
Hyderabad,
Okay.
offline.
Okay.
I cleared the first round. It was HR telephonic interview, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. That's all. I cleared the HR round. But when
Okay.
it came to technical, I could not crack it.
What do you think was your challenge? I mean, what happened in the technical round? I mean, what was asked?
Because as I understand, the first interview which I got was a penetration tester. I think it was something tough in in a cybersecurity domain. So it
Mm,
was really challenging to me.
okay. Was
And
there
it
any
was the
learning?
first experience which I gained from this interview. Made me crack the second one as well.
Right. What was your learning? I mean, of course, when you fail, you end up learning a lot, right?
Mm.
When you versus succeed, when you fail, you get to learn a lot, right? What was
Um,
your learning? What was your takeaway from that one interview that you could not clear?
the takeaway which I got from this first interview is prepare as per the job description. They will show some skills in the job description where they give it. Just go
Hmm.
through it and
Hmm.
prepare according to that.
Right.
That's the
Before
thing which I did for the second interview.
Right. Before you entered this first interview itself, from a SkillLogic
Mhm.
Pat team, what kind of support did you get? I mean, did they help you prepare resume? Did they give you interviews before, like mock interviews? What kind of help did you get from
Okay,
the team?
first of all, coming to mock interviews, even there I failed the first mock interview. I cleared the second mock interview. Even there, I was able to clear on the second time.
Right.
I think I don't remember correctly. I started to get placement assistance in the from the month of August this year,
Okay.
and they gave me many opportunities in many companies, but unfortunately, I was able to shortlist for interviews just in just two companies.
Okay. All
As I
right.
said
Wonderful.
before, in a Hyderabad company, and one is in Bangalore right now.
Right. Okay. So this company, when you got I mean, how many rounds were there? What kind of rounds were there? If you can shed some light on that.
The company which I got placed right now, it
Mhm.
is it's completely based on cybersecurity itself, cloud based,
Wonderful. Okay.
and three rounds of interview. As tradition, the first round is HR
Okay.
round,
Okay.
same telephonic interview, 15 to 20 minutes. No
Okay.
technical questions were asked, just basically checking my communication.
Sure.
Later it was a technical interview. It was conducted by hiring manager of that
Okay.
company.
Okay.
It was really a half an hour
Okay.
interview.
What happened? What happened in that interview?
First of all, as tradition started, it's introduce yourself.
Yeah.
If you what to say, introduce yourself should be correct. If it goes wrong, then the total confidence will go. That's what I felt.
Right.
And while coming to this Econz, that's the company which I got placed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything went well, no problem with that. The
So,
questions which asked were matching their job description. First of all, that's the thing.
okay. In that half an hour, you told that you spoke to the hiring manager for half an hour. What was the nature of questions? I mean, how did it go like a discussion, or is more of like was it a Q&A? Were you expected to give out answers straight? Were there questions something which is coming that you had to think and answer? How was that basically?
It had both. It was a question and answer type, and in somewhat in the middle, there are scenarios based questions. What will you do?
Okay.
That's something you have to think, take some time to think, and then we have to answer.
Right.
Uh,
And then what happened in the third round? I mean, this went. I'm sure this went well. So it went like.
yeah, third round was an offline interview, not online.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
It was culture fit round, whether to check
Okay.
whether I fit into the culture of that company.
Okay.
The VP of that company, what to say, interviewed me. It was
Uh-huh.
only 35 to 40 minutes long.
Right.
This is the most important phase of this interview because the VP directly and indirectly she will ask, what's my long-term goal? And this long-term goal should somewhat should match the company, what to say, which I'm going to work. Only then
Mm.
they will get impressed, or else no.
Right. So that 30-40 minutes would be more of a discussion, I
Mm.
presume, right? You will be
Yeah.
having a discussion with the.
And this culture fit round, just like you said, I didn't feel it like what to say an interview. It was just like a conversation, casual conversation.
Sure, sure. Like you initially mentioned during the start of the call that you came from a BCA, which had probably one subject of cybersecurity somewhere in your one of the
Yeah.
semesters. What was the difference? I mean, when you saw that cybersecurity versus whatever you learned here, what was the
It
few
was
differences that you saw?
completely fundamentals, just basics, terminologies which we use in cybersecurity, and just to say what to say. I think we will see advertisements on how to safeguard, how to be safe ourselves from this digital crime.
Mm.
That was basically taught in during graduation.
Okay. And what's this? What kind of things were taught during your learning phase in Skill Logic? Like what all tools, techniques at a high level did you learn that? What
To
all of
say,
this?
we nearly practice 30 to 40 tools, but
Okay.
all of them are not necessary. You can just, to attendees which I'm listening to
Mm.
they're listening, only thing which I'm saying is, at the end, you should be able to, what to say, they can just use 10 or 8 or 10 tools. That's
Mm-hmm.
an important one as of current, what to say, technology right now.
Mm-hmm.
38 and 40, all those are not completely necessary. I'm not saying not at all necessary, but not completely necessary.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, go ahead, please.
And when you put skills in the what to say resume section, make sure you know that those skills. Only then if you mention it will be better.
Right. What you mean to say is you mentioned only skills that you genuinely have
Which
and
I
not.
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Apart from these two interviews that the PAT team that provided you, the Skill Logic PAT team that provided you, did you attend any other interviews by yourself? Did you have anything that you did by
Actually,
yourself?
when I was during my course time, I attended a non IT, not IT.
Okay. Okay.
Not intention was not to get a job, but to get an experience about interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a nice experience there as well.
Right, wonderful. So anybody who's coming from your like from a graduation, is this your first job?
No,
Is
this is
this
my first job. I'm a fresher.
that's even wonderful,
That's
right?
the reason
First
why I'm
jobs are always
excited.
like, yeah, oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Yeah, this is your first job right out of graduation. Anything that you want to tell the attendees who are on the call because you came from a BCA kind of a background? What would you tell them? Like what are the few pointers if somebody is interested to transition into cybersecurity? What would be your tips for to them, Libin?
First of all, I said the almost every tips, and the tips which I left behind is the regarding projects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and make sure, the projects it should be nice because they are going to ask questions regarding project. What did you do? How did you do? So just simply doing it is not enough. You should know what is done there. That's another
Mm-hmm.
tip
Right.
which should be done during the course time.
Right. I am sure that is helpful. So I'm opening the Q&A and A and the chat section for people if they have any questions. I think I see one. There is a question coming from someone who has not mentioned their name. They wanted to know what all main topics we can focus for an interview. I mean, they're talking about how do you prepare for a said interview, right? If you can answer that, take that
Yeah, just like I said, just go through the job description. They will show the skills required. There will be some special section named there. Just prepare based on that. I'm saying technical interview, not what to say,
question.
technical interview. And just go through the skills required and just prepare based on that.
So what
That's
Libin is
all.
trying to say, whoever asked that question, is basically go through the job description thoroughly.
Yes.
If I'm not, you can correct me if I'm saying
No,
something
that's
wrong,
it. That's
Libin.
it.
So if you will be getting about 75 to 80% questions coming from that job
Mhm.
description because that's sometimes I mean sometimes they will have one or two questions coming outside of that, but about 75 to 80% of the questions are coming from
Yeah,
the job
job
description.
description itself.
So if you are able to go, I mean, if you're able to go through the job descriptions thoroughly, and then have those tools that he was mentioning, Libin was mentioning, if you have those things in your mind in terms of what you're going to answer, I think that should solve your 80% of the problem.
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that,
No, no,
Libin?
that's it. Job description. That's the main thing, as I said. And
Right. So somebody is asking, I think you already touched upon what advice would you give to to other freshers aspiring to enter to cybersecurity? The fresher is asking this question like, what would you advise? What would be your advice? Anything that you want to tell?
just like I said, the practice on a regular basis because I started to practice on a regular basis after the course is over. I think it was over by maybe March or April. After that I started to practice, but during course time I used to practice, but not on a regular basis.
To add
I
on to what Libin told, I mean, again, Libin, you can correct me here if I'm saying. You wouldn't when you say practice, we don't expect you to go and study for 8 hours. That's not what
No,
we
no, no, not practice. It's not it's not mandatory to spend long hours for studying. Just I think maybe 1 hour is enough. 1 hour a day. I mean,
Yeah, I would get the extend that a bit. 1 hour a day sometimes is not enough. Probably is to spend about 2.5 hours per day, because sometimes you miss out, right? It's not possible that all
yeah.
7 days you're doing it. So on an average, if you're able to spend about 8 to 10 hours per week, working on all the things that you learned in class during that week, that should be sufficient to do this initial transition. Would you agree to that statement, Levin? Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So I have
And
another
one
question.
more
Yeah, go
advice
ahead,
is
go
to
ahead.
concentrate on practicals. If they concentrate on practical knowledge, it will be much better rather than theoretical knowledge.
Right. So more problem
Practical knowledge.
solving oriented
Yes.
methods, right? Yeah. Great. Somebody is asking, what do you enjoy most about learning a new technology? So,
Yes, just like I said, cybersecurity was new to me and I really enjoyed it because various tools which they show, it is really exciting. And I was not even heard what to say. I didn't even hear those tools, what to say, outside. It's
mm.
the, what to say, curiosity which I had
Right.
during my
And also
course time.
somebody wants to know what made you choose cybersecurity? Like what made you choose that particular domain?
Okay, yes. First of all, the reason why I chose cybersecurity is because one of my cousins lost 2,500 rupees in a job scam
What's
during
that?
his
Can you come
graduation.
back?
Job scam.
Oh, okay. Somebody lost money in a job scam. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that prompted me to come to the what to say cybersecurity field itself. And now the crime happens in the cyber digital world, right? So
Yeah.
even that motivated me to come to this field. That's my motivation why I chose cybersecurity. I don't know what about others. That motivated me.
No, that makes sense, right? I mean, as we become more digital, the thieves are also moving digital, right? It's always going to be that cat and mouse which happens. So I
Yes.
think, yeah, it's a definitely a valid
Mm.
point of view, definitely, right? Waiting for few any if there are any questions, I'm going to take that. I think we ran through all the questions at this point of time. While we are speaking, if the audience have any other questions, you can put it to the chat, and I can take that while I continue to discuss with Libin. Libin, what is your thought next now that you joined this job? Do you plan to like stop, or do you want to kind of evolve further down this path in
Uh,
cybersecurity, learn more things? What's your thought on that? Because it's a
Learning never stops, right, sir? We have to continue learning. And my short-term goal is to get certified under EC Council. That's my, what to say, main agenda right now in short term.
sure. So you want to go for the international certification? Completely makes sense. And do you think you're ready with whatever your thought in terms of whatever your thought? Of course, I'm not talking about practice. Practice comes
Mhm.
from your side. But from the terms of the knowledge which is given by SkillLogic, do you think you're ready for the everything is covered from an international certification point? What's your thought on that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, what to say, it was completely, in, what to say, by the trainers itself. They taught everything.
So it's according to what's expected in the certification, right?
Yeah.
Basically, wonderful. Okay. All right. I think we are run through the questions. Thank you very much for your time. I am sure listening to your story, somebody would have got some clarity if they're wondering should they do it, not do it. Yeah, they'll go got the clarity. And also, first jobs are always very, very important. I
Yeah.
once
And
again want
exciting too.
to absolutely, absolutely, and take that excitement right through your career. I always tell this to my team also that you should look at your every day as your first day in the job. Keep that
And
excitement.
sorry to interrupt, sir. I'd like
No
to
worries.
thank the PAT team for placing me as well. As I did not say it before. I'd like to thank them, PAT, placement assistant team.
Sure. From all of us, we wish you all the very best. Keep this excitement going. Keep learning because you're just starting. You have a whole another 40 years of
Mhm.
minimum of working left. So yeah, make it count. Keep that learning, the hunger to learn. Keep it
Mhm.
alive. From the team, from the Skill Logic team, myself, the PAT team, we would like to congratulate once again, and we wish you all the best for whatever comes next. All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks everyone. I'm ending the call.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.